It's currently Thursday morning, about somewhere between 8 and 15, and I'm currently walking to the GO station. I've been awake since about 5:15, getting ready because I'm going to London again today. So, because my family have all picked the same week to go on holiday, I had no one to actually drive me into Cardiff. So I've had quite a bit of travelling already. I've already drove from my house to my sister's house, left my car there with her permission, she knows it's there, then walked from there to the local train station, then the train from there into central Cardiff. I'm now walking from the train station to the coach station. I've still got a while, I've got like over an hour until my coach, but I'm just going to sit over here, at least I'm in the right place. As you would have seen, I've already had breakfast. I'd planned that, so it was just easier to get breakfast when I got here opposed to having it in the house. But yeah, it's been a morning already, and it's not even 8:30, so it's going to be a very long day today. So yeah, the plan for this week, like I said, it's Thursday now. I'm up in London until Monday. I've got 3 different shows booked, so I'm seeing Crown Jewels tonight and Saturday, Aspects of Love on Friday night, and then actually going to see Heathers on Sunday. I haven't seen Heathers in like 4.5 years for various reasons, but yeah, I thought I'd give it a go and actually go see her again because it's still a good show. I just haven't had the dire need to go back and see her, and because I need something to see on Sunday, why not? So yeah, I'm going to put my camera away now, and I'll probably update you guys once I get to my hotel up in London. Well, I'm now finally in London, so it's been probably about 7 hours since I last spoke to you guys. It is now like 3:10, and I last spoke to you about 8:15 this morning, so it's been a long day. And what didn't help is I messed up my check-in times. For some reason I had in my head that I could check in from 2, but it's not, it's 3. So I've just spent like the last 50 minutes or so sat in reception just waiting to be able to check in, because there's not a lot around here, so it wasn't really, and I didn't really want to lug my suitcase anymore, so yeah, I just sat in the reception area and read my book, watched some stuff on my phone, which is currently behind me on charge. It's not like dead, it's got a decent amount of charge left in it, but I just want to top it up before I go out. My plan had been to like chill out here for a bit, but because obviously I've lost nearly an hour that I didn't account for, I'm just gonna get myself sorted, like switch my bags around and everything, and get myself situated here, because I'm here for the next 4 nights, and then I'm gonna head in to central London. So I haven't actually mentioned where I am. So I'm actually in a Travelodge I haven't stayed in before. I'm out in Finchley. Yes, the first time I've stayed in this one. I have got another trip booked where I'm staying in this one, but I can't remember which trip it is. I've got like 3 more trips to London booked as it stands, and yeah, I know one of them I'm in Wembley, one I'm in Tower Hill, which is the next one, and one I'm back here, but I can't remember which order Wembley and my next video shoot are, but I'm waffling. But yeah, like I said hours ago now, which would have only been a couple of seconds for you guys, I'm up to see a couple of shows. I'm seeing Crown Jewels tonight, which is a new play. It only opened I think last weekend and it's still technically in preview, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's meant to be like really good. The reviews that have come out so far, or like the unofficial reviews, say it's really funny and like a belly laugh, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I've got, like I said, I've got a show booked tomorrow night, 2 shows booked on Saturday, and then a show on Sunday. Not all the same, I've seen a couple of other shows, but yeah, my plan tomorrow, if the weather holds out, I'm gonna just wander around London, do some shopping. I haven't done that in a long time. The only downside is that I have got the coach up and not the train, which means I do have a luggage limit. They've never like weighed my suitcase, but I am aware that I have a luggage limit, so I've come up with 11.5 kilos, and then my max is 20, so I'm very aware that I can only have 8 kilos more going back, so that's going to put a limit on me. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to stop waffling now, have a drink because I'm really thirsty. The reason for that is my plan for the coach on the way up didn't go quite well. I was sat next to like this middle-aged man who was just, yeah, considering there were like available seats around us, he insisted on sitting next to me. And like he annoyed me off the start because he'd put his wet bag on my seat, which already said it was reserved, so he knew somebody was sitting there. And then he was just grumbling on and off for the entire 3.5 hours. So yeah, that was fun. I think he just didn't like it that he was being ignored, because obviously I just sit and read and have my headphones in. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna freshen up, have a drink. I've had food I ended up eating while I was in reception because, like I said, because I had that guy next to me, I couldn't actually eat or drink on the bus because I was very conscious of getting my bag up and down to get them. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little drink to coat my throat, sort myself out, you know, switch from my big backpack into my little one, and then head back into London. So I'll update you once I'm ready to leave. So yeah, switched up my backpacks now, so I've got my little Loungefly one. It's first trip to London with it. I took it to Bath a couple of weeks back, but it's first like proper trip with it. Yeah, like I said, it's plan now is just to head into central London. I'm gonna pop to the Sainsbury's around the corner first, only because I've been caught in 2 downpours, so I need to buy an umbrella. I was gonna bring my umbrella, but it was like really sunny when I left the house this morning, so I was like, oh, I might get away with it. But obviously I've been caught in 2 torrential downpours since, so I need to buy one. The main reason I didn't bring my other one is because it's quite bulky and my little one that I did have broke. So yeah, I've just realised the lens on this camera is very dusty, so I'll have to clean that after this shot. But bear with me, I'm just going to clean that out a sec. I have no idea whether that's made any difference because it looks like the dust is inside the lens, so that's fun. Yeah, so I'm going to head out now. I've got like my backpack, I've got, don't know if you're going to see it, but a little tote bag which I got when I saw Newsies. Ooh, light, yeah. So yeah, my plan is, like I said, I'm going to go to see if I can grab an umbrella and I'll just stick that in my tote bag. Then I'm going to go to Waterstones, only because I want to buy something. It's not a book, that's tomorrow, I'm buying books tomorrow. But there's something small I want to buy. I'll explain it to you. So I have Billy, my little panda, who I take to theatres. But I want another one, not necessarily another panda, but another thing like maybe take running with me, or one that I can use more like with my Bookstagram. Because I want to get that started back up. I haven't used it in a while, so I want to kick out that and have a little mascot. But that'd be quite nice. So I'm gonna have a look in Waterstones and Trafalgar, because that's where I got Billy from. So hopefully they'll have some options. I definitely saw some stuff there last time. If not, I'll head up to the Piccadilly one. And if I can't find anything today, I've got all day tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna head out and I will check in with you guys. Well guys, I'm now walking up to Piccadilly Waterstones. Where's the Trafalgar one? Scoped up some books that I want to buy tomorrow, but didn't see where I wanted to actually buy tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna go try the Piccadilly one and go from there. If not, and then I'll leave it tomorrow. Like I said, I can have a look tomorrow, have a bit more time to browse. So yeah, if I don't get anything there, I'll just go grab some food, chill out a bit, and then go see the show. Because it's on Charing Cross, so it's not going to take me long to get there. But yeah, I'm going to put the camera away because it's getting busy as we get closer to Piccadilly, and it's getting quite loud. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys probably when I get out of the bookshop. Well, the shopping trip was a success. I managed to get 2 little like teddy things now, which is actually what I was aiming for, and then a whale. I'll show you like when I get back to the hotel, because obviously I'm still out and about. But yeah, I've had food, just McDonald's like I always do. There's something quick and simple, and yeah, just sat around, read a few more pages in the book, and now heading to the theatre. I've still got a while till the doors open, but I want to get a couple of pictures in the front, so I'm making way there now. So I'm probably going to put you guys away and not really film anything until I get back to the hotels later on, just because I want to enjoy the show. So yeah, I'll see you guys this evening once I'm back at the hotel. show's done, back in the hotel, as you can see. Yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment until Saturday, because I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that show. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting. So yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment until I've seen it again on Saturday, and then I'll let you know what I thought. But yeah, they were definitely good parts. I stage doored afterwards. Sorry, I'm taking my shoes off. Yeah, I did stage door afterwards. Quite a quick stage door as well, because show finished about 8:45, and like it's 10:30 now, and I'm back in my hotel. So yeah, quick stage door. Carrie was the second one out. Al Murray was first, but I didn't get his signature on my programme just because he was dealing with a couple of other people, and then obviously Carrie came out and I got distracted. And it was quite funny because she did, I was the third one she got to, and she spoke to the two girls in front of me, and they went to her, like, I thought I saw your face. I was like, oh, okay. So, hasn't forgotten me clearly. Yeah, I'm going to call it a night now. I'm not going to vlog anything else. One, there's no reason, and two, I've been awake for about 17 hours now, maybe 18. It's a long time, so I look forward to bed. So, which means I'm just gonna spend the rest of the evening charging up whatever needs charging. I think my portable charger might need another charge, although I've got two with me, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just gonna unwind and then chill out for the rest of the evening. So I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Morning. Well, today's not off to the best of starts. I woke up at 5:30. No reason whatsoever. I just woke up at 5:30, and it's now 7:45. I've already showered and I'm dressed. I've even been out because I wanted to get breakfast. There's not really any like chain places around my hotel, so I was just gonna go to the Sainsbury's, pick up some like chocolate muffins, orange juice and a hot drink. Got the muffins, got the orange juice, couldn't get the hot drink though. They do have a coffee machine, but it was in the middle of making my hot chocolate and it died. Like, complete power cut, died on it. So I think the staff's still dealing with it now. So I waited around for a little bit, but they don't seem to know what the issue is. So yeah, like the guy I was talking to in the lift who happened to use the coffee machine just before me, and his was fine. You know, I can go up to reception and go to the bar and get a hot chocolate from there, or there's a place around the corner that opens in about 15 minutes, and apparently they do quite nice coffee, so he tells me, but I'll just leave it. I got tea here if I'm that desperate, but I think once I've had my breakfast I'm heading in to go do some shopping, so I can grab something then. So I'm just going to eat my muffins, have some orange juice, and then get myself sorted, and then we'll head out and do some shopping. Well, I've had my breakfast, and as you can see, I've done my makeup. I didn't do it first thing because I just didn't feel like it, but now I have. It's now about 8:50, so I'm going to go grab the tube and do some shopping. I'm aiming for Oxford Street first, just to do the Disney store, get that out of the way, providing it's not raining, because it's not at the moment, but it has been. I'll then walk to Piccadilly, do Waterstones, maybe the one in Trafalgar, maybe Hatches again, we'll see. And then I'm going to go to Foyles on Tottenham Court Road. I might also just walk a bit further up and do the Waterstones there as well. I've got a list of the books I want to get, and we'll just see how many of them I can actually knock out. I technically can only buy 10 books, but we'll see. I can do somewhere between 10 and 20. Like I said, I've got a weight limit of 8 kilos, so somewhere between 10 and 20 should be enough. So yeah, let's head out. Now we're off the street and walking to the Disney store. It took a lot longer to get here than I thought, or I left later, I don't know. But yeah, it's 9:20, so plenty of time in regards to like the store opened 20 minutes ago, so I don't have to rush and take my time. But yeah, my plan is, like I said, look around the Disney store. I don't know if there's an issue at the tube station, so I will walk to Piccadilly and do my book shopping, and then back on the tube back up to my hotel, because like I said, I was up ridiculously early again this morning. So my plan is to do my shopping, maybe have lunch and then head back to the hotel and just chill out for a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna put this camera away because I'm crossing roads. So yeah, let's go shopping. Well, that was an interesting shopping trip. Just after I filmed the last vlog, my parents FaceTimed me, so like the street was pretty quiet, so I just sat on a bench and spoke to them. Got updates on like my sister, who's also on holiday. Apparently she's cutting her trip a little shorter just because they act like a seaside town. They can leave when they want. It's a family caravan then. And just because of the rain, they've just decided it's better just to come home with the kids, which is fair enough. I then went to the Disney store, bought a couple of things in there, and as I was paying, it started raining, and it hasn't stopped, so I've been walking around probably for the last 2 hours in the rain. Yeah, so walked from there to Waterstones Piccadilly, bought a lot of books. I think I bought some like 15, so that was more than I was expecting. Like, they were all the books I wanted and they were on my list, but more than I was expecting. Then walked to the Trafalgar one because there were a couple of books I couldn't get in Piccadilly. Basically, I was looking for an entire series and I have managed to get it. I managed to get, I think, 2 of the books in Piccadilly, 3 in Trafalgar, and then the 6th I managed to get when I got to Foyles. I was in when I bought Foyles. By that point, I was literally dripping with sweat because I was walking, and books are very heavy, especially when you've got about 20 of them. So my shoulders are killing me, and I'm definitely going to have to change my dress out for tonight. Possibly even have another shower, we'll see. But then it got a little complicated. So my plan was just to walk up just a little further up the street and get on Tottenham Court Road. Yeah, Tottenham Court Road was closed due to a fire alarm. So it meant I had to walk up to the next station, so that was another 5 minutes of walking, which my back didn't really appreciate. But yeah, I'm back in the hotel now and I'll show you guys what I got. So yeah, this is what I got in Disney store. So got another nice little Loungefly backpack. I saw it when I was up the last trip and I think the trip before. I was like, oh, I'll hold off on it because I didn't want to carry it around. But it's a Magic Kingdom one, so you've got like the Hatbox Ghost, couldn't remember what it's called then, from Haunted Mansion. You got Stitch, you got Space Mountain, Small World, Teacups, Dumbo, and obviously the castle. So yeah, I wanted that. It's not like the cheapest thing, Loungefly tend not to be, but I wanted it last time I saw it and I got it. The other thing I got was this tie-dye Oogie Boogie Spirit jersey. It was reduced. I didn't actually look at the reduced price, but I wanted a Spirit jersey. Once again, I saw it a couple of visits ago. I liked it. It's now come down in price, so I've bought it, and I just hope it's the right size. So next up is the books, and seeing them laid out, I might have got a little carried away. Like I said, I was aiming, I thought somewhere between 10 to 20 books would be my allowance, and I thought maybe 10 to 15 books is what I'll buy. Yeah, I've just counted, I think it's something like 26, including the one I bought yesterday, so yeah. All from 4 bookshops, so 4 bookshops over 2 days, and yeah, 26 books, so let's see the damage. So yeah, here's all the books. So that one there was a Carrie Soto's Back, is the one I bought yesterday, and all the others I bought today. So you've got a nice little Colleen Hoover section there, Sebastian de Castell Spellsinger series, which I've heard a lot about. It's meant to be pretty good. It's a fantasy, so if I'm buying the one, I thought I might as well buy the entire set. Then we have my little miscellaneous section. These 4 are authors I read before and they were on my to buy list. Like that one, Ballad of the Never Ever, or the Never After. Sorry, I'm trying to read through the viewfinder.
is a sequel to one I've already read, so I've got that. And then The Witch's Guide to Fake Dating is one that's been on my list for a little while, so I thought I'd get it. Like I said, these ones are authors I already read and I know I like. Well, these two I know I like. Dono Porter is kind of hit and miss for me. So but yeah, 26 books. I've spent a lot of money in the last 24 hours because I think books alone came to about £200. Plus there was another like 100 odd for stuff in Disney, because I think the jersey was 30 and the backpack was 70, so I was just over 100. So yeah, a lot of money. And I'm gonna have to work a lot of overtime to kind of break even this month. But yeah, like it's not too bad. Like 2 of the books are only like that thick, quite thin, so they're not gonna take me long. And none of them are really like chunky books, so that shouldn't be too bad. And thankfully I did weigh it, so as soon as I got to the hotel I got my scales out, which I brought with me, and just literally strapped it around the bag that it was in, which was a giant bag from Disney Store. Yeah, so when I went to the Disney store, he said, oh, do you need a bag? I went, yes please. He said, oh, we got 2 options, I like this Encanto one, and we got a big blue one. I said, I'll have the big blue one, because I knew I was going book shopping. And thankfully everything fit. So yeah, like I said, I got my luggage scale out and literally wrapped it around the bag and picked it up, and it was dead on 8 kilos, which is what I was allowing myself. So can't buy any more, and there's no more books I want to get. Like Colleen Hoover, I haven't completed it. There's still like 3 books I think of his I haven't got, so I'll keep an eye out for them, but maybe not this trip, maybe when I come back up in September. Yeah, I was really worried that I was gonna have to like go on the National Express website and add like an extra piece of luggage, but like I said, this came to 8 kilos. I came up with 11.5, so I should be fine. And even if it goes to 21, I don't think they're gonna begrudge me that 1 kilo. But that's a problem for Monday. Right now, I'm going to sort all these out, put them in a pile, get a nice picture of them, and then I'm going to go back down to Sainsbury's and grab something to eat. I'm not going to vlog for the rest of the afternoon. I'll pick my camera out this evening because, like I said, I'm just going to chill out in the hotel room. I'm probably going to have a shower. I might take a nap. We'll see how it goes. And just try and get finish the book, or a good chunk of it, of the book that I actually brought up with me. So technically I came up with 2 books and I'm going home with 28. So that's what happens when I'm left unattended. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a couple of hours. A little later on now. It's only like 2:45. I was hoping to stay here till about 4ish, but it's not that I'm getting bored, but this room's actually quite cold. I've got the temperature up as high as it'll go and it's still cold. I think there's like air coming in through the window and I don't know how to stop that. So the room's quite chilly. I've been sat with my new Spirit jersey on. It's actually quite comfortable, and I managed to actually get the right size. I got a medium. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to fit, but it fits perfectly and it was exactly what I want. So yeah, I'm going to pack my stuff up and just head back in. Just find a coffee shop somewhere and just hang out there. I might go to the theatre cafe. I wanted to go earlier on, but like they didn't open till half 12 and I was there at 11, so it would have been a lot waiting around. So yeah, I might just go head there, or I'll head to a Costa or something, just chill out there with a coffee and take my book and read there, and hopefully it'll be a bit warmer. It's still raining quite a bit, so my brother's definitely coming with me. Kind of sucks because we're like mid-July and like all my dresses, these ones, I don't know if you can see them, these ones are like they're summer dresses, so if I don't wear them, they're not going to get worn this year. Like I wore them on my last trip, but kind of sucks that I have to wear my leggings because it's just quite cold. They did say we would do a heat wave, but it just not turned up. But yeah, I'm waffling now, so I'm just going to round up last of my stuff, then just head back in, like I said, chill in a coffee shop, and then we'll see a show tonight. So let's go. Well, once again, didn't really vlog much. My excuse today was it just rained non-stop. It was not fun. I tried to wander around. I did go to the theatre cafe and I did sit in there for a little bit, but I kind of felt guilty once I'd finished my hot chocolate and that. I felt guilty sitting there any longer. Like, it wasn't busy, it wasn't packed, so I thought, oh, I'll go for a wander. And at that point, it wasn't raining too bad. So I went for a wander, got to Leicester Square, and then it started raining and it just didn't stop. So, yeah, I wandered all the way around, like Trafalgar Square, Haymarket, Piccadilly, all ended up in Covent Garden Waterstones at one point to avoid the rain. Yeah, then I went for food. It actually hammered down while I was having food. Luckily I was indoors. Went for another wander, and then about 5:45, I think it was, I just went to the theatre. Managed to find like a little alcove that I could shelter in and just waited. At that point I was done. Like I said, I woke up at like 5:30 this morning, and it's been a very long day, and by the time I got to the show I was actually starting to flack. So as you can tell, I'm not going to be long before I go climb into that bed. I say climb, crawl into that bed. I'm wiped. Hopefully I won't be up early tomorrow because I got nowhere to be. I got shows booked, but that's not till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if the weather's like it was today, I'm just going to hang out in the hotel all morning. I don't really need to go out for anything. I've got 2 of the muffins left from what I bought this morning. As much as I begrudge it, I can make tea in the hotel room. So yeah, I think that'll be my plan for the morning. Yeah, as for the show itself, I can see kind of why it's closing early. So it opened back in May and it was meant to be running until November in the Lyric Theatre, but it got announced a couple of weeks ago. I'd already booked this trip, by the way. That it's actually going to close next month instead, so it's 3 months early. So it's only running for 3 months opposed to the 6. And I can kind of see why. The couple next to me was saying, or the gentleman next to me, and he was saying, oh, it's probably the theatre and all that. I don't think it's the theatre, I think it was the production, because there have been other shows in that theatre and they not cut their run short, to my knowledge. I think a lot of money went into the production in regards to the setting and all that, and I think they're just not making it back. I just don't think they're getting the ticket sales they want. Part of me knows why they're getting ticket sales, because the story itself is kind of on the controversy. I'll get to that in a minute. As for the cast, you can't fault them. Like, you've got insanely talented cast. You've got Michael Ball, who you can't fault. He's insane in whatever he is, and my mother's incredibly jealous that I've seen him again. So he was playing George, who's the uncle. You had Laura Pitt-Pulford, I think that's her name. I've got the programme here. She was playing Rosa. It was either Rose or Rosa. And then there was actually a cover on. So Vinnie Coyle, who I actually saw in Cinderella, was on tonight for Alex. He normally plays Hugo, but he was on as Alex tonight. So that was nice to see and a nice surprise when I found that out on his social media earlier today. But yeah, all insanely talented, and I can't fault any of the cast. But I can understand why a lot of people don't want to see this show. This show opened like 30 years ago originally, and public opinion has changed a lot since then. So if you're not familiar with the story, it's basically an uncle and a nephew falling in love with the same woman, and then like 12 years later the nephew then falls in love with his cousin. And yeah, it's a bit weird and very, yeah, I don't think it plays well to audiences now as it did 30 years ago. It's also the fact it's an Andrew Lloyd Webber production as well, so he wrote the original score, so I believe. And you know, given what happened last year and more recently with the Broadway production of Cinderella, I think public opinion on the Lord is fleeting, so a lot of people are more reluctant to go see his shows. I don't think that necessarily played a major fact in how the show is going, but I don't think it helped. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave this video here because I'm wiped out, so I'm gonna go take up whatever's left of my makeup, wash my face, brush my teeth and do my nighttime routine, and then crawl into that bed behind me and hopefully sleep until well into the morning. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a slightly better day tomorrow, because today's kind of not been a bad day, but it's just been a weird one from the start. So fingers crossed tomorrow's a bit better.
Morning guys, it's just gone 7. I actually did sleep in a bit later today. I woke up just after 6:30, so it's not bad. It's still early and way earlier than I need to be up, but not too bad. This morning I'm just going to take it easy. Like I said, yes, it was a lot, but I think it's going to rain today and I just don't want to wander around in the rain for another day. So I'm going to have a shower, get ready, have breakfast, and then probably just chill out here. I've got about 70 pages of my book to finish, so I think my plan is to just read that and see where I am then. Around lunchtime I'll head in, because like I said, I've got 2 shows of Crown Jewels booked today, so I have to be in just after lunch for the matinee. So chill out here this morning and then go in for the matinee. Mainly because I just can't deal with people today. Like I said, it's going to rain today as well, so it keeps me out of the rain, but I just can't deal with people today. It sounds really antisocial, but how do I explain this? The more I'm around people, the more stressed out I get sometimes. Not always, but yesterday was a lot. London is very busy, especially on a Friday night. We had a lot of drunks out, especially on the tube home, which was making me a little uneasy. And just, yeah, everywhere was crowded and it was just stressing me out in the end. So staying in my hotel room on my own might be good for me for at least for a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna read my book, get that finished, and then maybe start another one. But I'm gonna see what time it is when I finish the book, and I'll go from there. If I finish it early, I might still go in. I might just go into a museum and wander around a museum, because I haven't done that in a while, and it'd be nice to do something a little different other than shopping and shows. So yeah, let's get this day started.
So, nice chill morning, had my shower, had my breakfast. As you saw, I finished my book, finished it about 5-10 minutes ago. And yeah, it was okay. It was it Ophelia Girls by Jane, I don't even know what the author's name was, Jane something, Harley I want to say. It was an okay book, but I wouldn't say I loved it. But I'm glad that I finished it, so I can move on to my next one. So next I've got, I'm looking because it's on the bed, The Mermaid by Christina Henry, which I'm looking forward to. It's the 3rd book I've read by her, and I've enjoyed the other 2. They kind of, not necessarily retells, or the first one was, Lost Boys was, but like kind of nods to fairy tales. So this one I think might be something vaguely like Little Mermaid, but we'll see. It's something mermaid related, obviously, given the name. But yeah, I was aiming to head out somewhere between 11:30 and midday, and it's now about 11:05, so only a little earlier than I planned, but that's fine. Like I said, I'm going to be out all day now. I'm not going to come back to the hotel until after the shows. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to vlog today. It looks a bit better than it's been the last 2 days. I'm still taking my umbrella with me because there's still a good chance of rain, and from what I can hear out my window, it's really windy, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know how long my umbrellas can last me. Although I only bought it on Thursday, it's already starting to break. It wasn't a cheap umbrella, like I got it from Boots. I didn't get it from like one of the touristy shops, but it just doesn't hold up very well in the wind. So yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying now. I'm just waffling to the camera. So let's head out. I've got my book, got my bag, I've got everything I need. Let's head out and do a bit of exploring. Hey guys, so I've had my lunch, just went to Starbucks, got a panini and a frap, and I'm now stood opposite the Garrick, waiting for the show to start. I've got about an hour till the doors open, so I don't see the point of wandering around. So there's a little perch like there. It's not an actual seat, but I can lean against it. So I'm just going to sit there and read my book. I'm not going to do much wandering today, although the weather is lovely. It's actually blue skies, not fully blue skies, like there's clouds, but it's looking a lot better than it has the last 2 days. But yeah, I did a lot of walking yesterday. I don't want to do a lot of walking today, so just gonna have my little perch there, read a bit more of my book, and wait for like other people to start queuing up, and then I'll cross the road, join the queue, and then go in for the matinee of Crown Jewels. Like I said, I will give you my opinion on the show this evening after I've seen 2 more performances, and I'll let you know how they go. So found a little spot where I can just sit down. I've had food and it's about 20 minutes until the doors open. I once again haven't vlogged much because Saturdays are very busy in this part of town. So I'm trying to film what I can. Obviously I'm going to film the bows tonight. I did do in the matinee, but I'm going to try and see. I'm going to film again tonight, whichever is the best footage, that's what I'll put in. But yeah, I'm glad I went to come and see it again because I definitely enjoyed the matinee more than I did on Thursday night's show. Certain jokes, they change, certain ones are landing better, and it's one of those things with a comedy, it depends on the audience. Like I said, I'll give you my full thoughts later this evening, but for right now I'm just waiting on the front of house to open, then I'm going to head in. At the moment I'm the only one waiting, but I know that I'll change soon, so I'm going to put this camera away and I'll see you guys later tonight. Here we are again, back in the hotel room. Like I said earlier on, vlogging didn't happen much today again. Mainly, like I said previously in like other vlogs, Saturdays are always packed in London. People are on like days off, they're not working because most people only work weekdays. You've got people coming up for like the weekends, you've got day trippers. People, you know, obviously you've got nearly every theatre in the West End has 2 show days on the Saturday. So it's packed, which means I don't get much chance to get the camera out, which once again is what happened today. Last 2 days has been because the weather. Today is just because it was too noisy and busy everywhere I went. Even when I thought I'd find like a quiet street where there weren't as many people, it'd be like music coming out of like a bar or something, which meant that you wouldn't have heard me anyway. I was lucky I found that little spot, although I was getting some strange looks as I sat there vlogging. Not gonna lie, one woman actually walked past, stopped, turned around and watched me film the end of that clip, so that was a bit weird and an experience. But yeah, Crown Jewels, like I said on Thursday, I was gonna wait till today to give you my opinion, and it's grown on me. I wasn't sure when I saw it on Thursday, like I was like, oh, this is a bit not what I'm used to. Like I explained it to some friends, it kind of feels like panto-esque, but it's not panto. It's kind of like a hybrid between a play and a panto. It was kind of weird, but going today it was a lot better. They're in previews at the moment. They got the day off tomorrow. I think they got 2 more days of previews, and then they have opening night on Wednesday, which the show will then be locked in. But yeah, so I definitely noticed changes between Thursday and today. There's like an entire chunk of dialogue taken out of the opening scene, which was interesting. I found some of it, like the dialogue, they cut funny, but I think I can understand they want to maybe cut the show shorter, and maybe it didn't work for everybody. And there's some jokes I didn't laugh at, there are others that I found hilarious. So it's one of those things with a comedy, you don't necessarily get everybody with every joke. Talking about every joke, the one part I did enjoy each time was there's a section in the first act, I can say this now because it's been opening night by the time this clip goes up, where King Charles II is like practicing his speech for his jubilee, and he's practicing with his courtiers, that's the audience, and there's a lot of audience participation in that section, which can go either way. You can either have really reluctant audience members or really cooperative ones that are on it, which is what I lucked out with today. I had some funny ones in the matinee. Like the matinee, I think, was the best of the three that I've seen, just because of the audience in it. There were moments where the audience were making the actors corpse, opposed to them making each other corpse. It was the audience that were getting them, because it was just like, there's one section where King makes a joke and you just heard one audience member start cackling, completely threw him off. You can just see the actors on stage just looking at each other. It's like, I wasn't expecting that. And then they rolled with it. Like, fair play to Al Murray, who was playing King Charles. He's very good at improv, so he rolled with that. And the same in this evening's performance. There's a section in that speech one where they pick on somebody in the box on the stage stage right. They pick on people in the box. So earlier on it was two women, today it was a couple, and the guy in the couple was on it. And literally his comment was, so the standing line, he asked, "So where have you travelled from today?" And the person said, "So what's it like there?" I'm not going to say the words he said because it's not appropriate for my YouTube. I try not to swear if I can help it. But literally had everybody belly and laughing. Even the actors were just looking at each other, like trying not to laugh, which was good. And in the matinee, Neil Morrissey, who was playing, I can't remember his character, but he was one of the conspirators that tried to steal the crown jewels, but at this point he's playing a tourist in a gift shop after visiting the tower. And yeah, he forgot one of his lines, so there's like a silence on stage and they're all kind of looking at each other, because obviously his line feeds into Al Murray's next one. So yeah, he kind of fluffed that scene up a little bit, but he just added to it. Like, I spoke to Carrie just now at stage door and said about her, and she said, yeah, she nearly cracked. You could see her nearly go, and she said, yeah, that scene nearly cracked her, because you've got three comedians on stage, obviously plus Carrie, so you don't know what's going to happen, because they're all pretty good at improv, so you don't know what was going to happen, and obviously they're all fighting really hard not to lose it. I haven't actually said what the show is about, so I should probably do that. Crown Jewels is about a failed attempt to steal crown jewels under King Charles II, and it's a comedy telling of the story. I don't know how historically accurate it is, but yeah, it's a comedy version of it, and it is quite good. I think it's going to be one of those shows that's going to be hit and miss. Like I said, I didn't really enjoy it that much on Thursday. It was okay, but I wouldn't say I was rushed to go back. But I'm glad that I did have the tickets today, because I did really enjoy myself in both performances today. Like I said, more so in the matinee, because it was just a funnier audience. But I think it's going to be one of those shows, especially with comedies, where it's going to be very show-to-show basis as to the enjoyment level. But yeah, merch-wise, there is none, it's just programmes. I did buy a programme today, and I did get one on Thursday. So Thursdays was just signed by Carrie. Today I managed to get Al Murray as well, and obviously Carrie again. I did see Neil Morrison, but he left before I could get to him, because obviously Carrie came out first, Neil was directly behind her, and then Al Murray was behind her. All three of them were kind of working around. So as I was dealing with like Al Murray and Carrie, Neil kind of went off, and then I didn't get a chance to get his signature. Joe, who was playing the son, so Tom Blood Jr., one of the other conspirators, he came out, but by that point I was kind of ready to come home. Yeah, I'm going to leave this clip here now, because my voice is going. I really need to have a drink. I've been really bad on this trip, not hydrating. I'm having drinks like with my food, but I'm not necessarily drinking in between, and it's having an effect. To be honest, I bought a Pepsi on my food earlier on. I'm not a huge Pepsi fan, I prefer Coke, but yeah, the reason I don't like it is because it does dry my throat out more. But But yeah, I'm saying but a lot now. You can tell I'm starting to waffle because I'm repeating myself. So I'm gonna leave this clip here, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I know I'm seeing Heather's in the evening, but don't quite know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, especially given it's a Sunday. Most things don't open until lunchtime, so tomorrow should be interesting. Morning. So it's now Sunday. It's about 20 to 9. I actually had a lie in today. I did wake up just before 6, so wait for a little bit, check social media and that, and then about 20 minutes later I fell back to sleep and woke up just before 8. So that was nice to actually have a sleep in, because it's the first one I've had in about a week. Although it was like a broken sleep, it was nice just to have that extra like hour and a half sleep. I've decided I'm not going to just sit in the hotel room today. I'm going to go wandering. Like I said, Sundays are difficult because most things don't open until midday. Coffee shops are open from 9, so what I'm going to do is head in, go get breakfast in a coffee shop, take my book with me and read. I might end up getting another coffee, who knows. And then just do a bit of exploring. I don't really do much exploring when I'm in London anymore, so hopefully if the weather holds out, I'll do that. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm just going to see where fancy takes me. And yeah, obviously I'm going to take my camera along. I can't guarantee how much I'm going to film because, once again, it's a weekend. People are going to be out. And obviously if it stays dry, a lot of places are going to be busy. If it rains, I might luck out. But then, at the same time, I don't really want to get my camera out in the rain. So, there's that. So yeah, right now, like I said, it's nearly 8:45, somewhere between 22, 2:45, you know. So, I'm aiming to try it and do platform 9 3/4 again. I didn't last time because there was a long queue and, you know, I had time restrictions kind of thing. Today I'm not, so if there is a queue, I'm just going to join it. I just want to go exploring it. If I don't buy anything, I don't buy anything, but I would like to take something back from my niece and nephew if I can. So that's the plan. So yeah, I'm going to finish getting ready. I've just got to do my makeup and then we'll head out. Well guys, I made it into platform 9 3/4. I had a look around but didn't get anything. I couldn't justify the cost, to be honest. As much as I love my niece and nephew, I'm not spending £8 a piece on head wigs that are only about that big. So yeah, if it was only getting the one then I would have, but obviously I can't buy for one not the other. I have to be fair, and I enjoy spoiling both of them. So yeah, I might have a look around at the shops and see what I can get. All else fails, I've got Waterstones and get books. My sister can't get mad at me if I buy them books, where she would get mad if I bought them more toys. Yeah, so right now I'm in Hyde Park. Just gonna have a chill out here, I think. I'm gonna grab a coffee, find a nice bench near the water, and just read. See if I can do what I did last time I was here, which was start an involuntary reading bench. But chances that happening are very slim. But yeah, I'm gonna try if I can a bit more today because the weather's actually quite nice. I feel a bit thin because I have my umbrella in my bag, but this is the UK, you never know. I am a little concerned with my bag as well because it was open when I was in the shop, so I don't know if I hadn't closed it properly or if it'd been opened or the zip isn't working. Like, I've gone through it, nothing is missing as far as I can tell. Like, my purse is there, and this camera is my jacket pockets anyway, so they weren't to worry, but it's always been convenient. So, yeah, so I'm gonna put this camera away now because we're kind of up on a lot of groups and I always feel weird vlogging in front of a lot of people, so yeah, I'll update you guys when I can. Today's turning out to be kind of a little all over the place. So last time I spoke to you, I was in Hyde Park. A nice little wander around Hyde Park, then decided to head back to the hotel for a little bit for a couple of reasons. One, it's actually quite warm, so I want to take my leggings off and switch out. I also decided to drop drop my umbrella off because I don't really need it, and it's just adding weight to my bag. The other thing was, after I filmed the last clip, my battery started flashing at me and I didn't have my spares, which meant going back to the hotel worked out better because it meant I get changed, freshen up and put a fresh battery in the camera so I could carry on vlogging, even though I haven't vlogged that much. Yeah, right now I'm in Victoria. The theatre's just down there, around the corner. I've had food, nothing special, but I've had food. They did mess up my order though. The food itself was what I ordered, but the drink, I ordered a Coke, but I think I ended up with an Oasis, I'm not sure. I drank it, it was alright, but it wasn't what I ordered, and I didn't realise until 5 minutes after I left. But, you know, these things happen. Yeah, so it's now like 2:20, the show's not until 5:30, so I've got a good 2.5 hours. My plan is to just sit here. I've got like a little, sat on a little wall, like I said, around the corner from the theatre, and I'm just going to sit and read. How long I stay I'm not entirely sure, because it's actually quite windy, so I might take shelter somewhere else just to escape the wind and see how it goes. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to sit and read. I've got, I don't even know, just over 100 pages left maybe. Actually, how many pages have I got? I've got about 150 pages, which means it's a good thing I bought books with me, because this isn't going to last me on the bus tomorrow. I have got Kindle app on my phone, so I might just do that. I don't want to start any of the new books, so, especially because they'll be in my case. So I'll probably just download something on the Kindle app on my phone and just read that if I get this book finished. If I don't get it finished today, obviously I'll take it and read it on the bus tomorrow, and then I'll just download something on my phone to read. But yeah, today's just kind of been a chill day. I've done a little wandering around. Like I said, went to Hyde Park, had a coffee, got the tube back, then came back in. I've wandered around Victoria a little bit. Been in Waterstones, didn't buy anything, that was good. I was debating about getting books for my niece and nephew, but it's more to carry back, and I can always get them when I'm back in Cardiff. Mainly because my nephew keeps asking me where I go every time I come up to London, so I wanted to get him like a child-friendly book that just says what's in London. So there's like a Peppa Pig one, so my plan was to buy that, but I'll leave it for now and I'll think about it. I can probably get it in Cardiff. But yeah, I'm gonna put you guys away and just enjoy my book for a little bit, and I'll probably chat to you when I come out of the show. I can't imagine I'll chat to you beforehand. I might, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'll see you in a little while. As predicted, didn't really film anything else. I did film like a bit of B-roll clips, but whether I put them in, who knows. If you can see something flashing behind me, by the way, it's just my power bank. It died yesterday, so I took my other one with me today, which I'm gonna have to get rid of. It's just not working anymore. It'll take a charge, but it won't actually charge my phone anymore. So as far as I was aware, I had a full charge in it. I plugged it into my phone. The phone was on like 18%. I switched it off, but I already plugged in. And when I switched it back on in the interval, it was still on 18%, and the power pack then died. So there's clearly something wrong with it now. It's not working. I've had it for a good couple of years. I've had it since about 2015, 2016 maybe. So it's had a good run, but I think it's time I get a new one. Like, that one's great, but I want one that I can maybe get 2 charges out of, because obviously when I'm in trips on London, I use my phone quite a bit for like taking pictures, and sometimes I vlog on it. So having a fully charged phone comes in handy. As for the show I saw tonight, so as you would have seen, I went to see Heathers again. I say again because I saw the original show like 5 years ago, so in both the Other Palace and the Haymarket in 2018. For that reason, I'm not actually going to give an opinion on this show, only because I saw that show like 10 times back then and became pretty obsessed with it. I had a Veronica costume, I had the soundtrack, I pretty much knew every line of the show. like dialogue as well as songs, so I know that song can show inside and out, and the soundtrack still features very heavily on my playlists. It's part of my running playlist, so I still listen to it quite frequently, which means it's kind of a high bar for my opinion on that. So it's not fair on this cast to compare that, because obviously they're never going to compare them, because I've seen the original and I'll always compare to that, so it's not fair on any like future casts. That is partly the reason why I haven't seen Heathers since 2018. It's been on tour and has had other productions in both the other Palace and Haymarket since 2021, I think, but I've been avoiding it just because I knew this would happen, where it just wasn't going to measure up, and that's not fair on anybody. Not to say I didn't enjoy the show, it was still good, but obviously I've still got the imprint in my brain, so it's never going to be the same. And I was spending the entire show going, well, that wasn't as good, or that was better last time, and I was literally could picture the previous, like the original cast on stage and their blocking and mannerisms, so it isn't fair to review it. That being said, there was one part I will highlight, which was Katie Ramshaw, I think her name is, who was playing Martha Dunstock. I want to say her nickname in the show. Her rendition of Kindergarten Boyfriend was very emotional, very powerful, so that was a moment worth mentioning, and I did want to give like one little positive. Being, saying that, cast were all, like, vocally were all great, but like I said, I got the imaging and the blocking still from 5 years ago, so it's not fair to give an actual review of the show. Still enjoyed it, but not quite as much, but for, like I said, I was never going to enjoy it as much. It also didn't help that the guy next to me would not sit still. He was like dancing along, he was playing the drums, the piano, he was constantly moving, he was even singing along at parts. I think he wanted to be JD, and if he could have, he probably would have jumped on stage. So he just annoyed me all the way through the show. He stopped for like bits, but yeah, that just annoyed me, and it kind of made what was going to be a challenging opinion for me on that show anyway, kind of got spoilt by that. Like I said, that's not the fault of the cast, that was just this guy just couldn't sit still, was very enthusiastic. One other thing I'll say about the show, like I said, I saw it like 10 times back 5 years ago, and it was bringing back a lot of memories, especially before the show even started. So Heathers in the UK, I don't know if they did it when it was off Broadway, but in the UK they have a pre-show playlist and an interval playlist, which I think is still available on Spotify. I should really listen to it. I haven't listened to it in a good couple of years. But yeah, that brought back a lot of memories, like hearing that playlist again. Like I messaged my friends who've also quite big Heathers fans, and they said the same thing, it makes the show, it is part of the show. And like previous casts have commented, they start the playlist, it's not shuffled, it's a set playlist, so they know based on what songs there are, and then backstage rituals, I'm assuming, throughout the years to it. And yeah, the one memory that was triggered for me was one of the songs on there. I just remember being Haymarket and the entire audience singing along, because I don't think it was the closing night, but it was like maybe the night before, but it was like coming up to the closing in the Haymarket. And obviously at that point you've got the cornet, those like dedicated fans that were coming back time and time again, who got to know the place, plus the songs are kind of well known anyway, so you just had the entire audience singing and clapping along, and that memory just popped up. It's like something I haven't really even thought about since back then, but yeah, it was nice to have all these like memories rekindled and kind of do some comparisons. The last time I saw Heathers in the other Palace, I didn't have a good time, not in regards to the show, but just mentally I just didn't have a good time. I said before, I don't do very well in social situations and stepping out of my comfort zone, and I was only just starting to like come and see musicals in London at that time, so yeah, I freaked out. I'm not going to go into details, but let's just say I couldn't keep food down, and it wasn't pleasant. So that kind of like ruined the thing. So to be back 5 years later and be in a different mindset to my mindset to now of change, and be a bit more confident with that stuff, it's a nice thing to reflect on.
as for the rest of this evening, like I said, it's like 20 past 9 because I've been talking for a while. Yeah, the rest of the evening I'm gonna get changed, take my makeup off, wash my face, brush my teeth, you know, nighttime routine, and then I'm gonna start packing because I have a challenge. I'm pretty sure my case is gonna be over the weight limit, so I need to find a way to get that down. There's nothing I can get take out in the sense of like chuck out. So I'm gonna have to be creative. Some of the books I'm gonna see if I can put them in my backpack. That way the weight's not there. It'll be in my backpack opposed to what's going in the hold. I'm also gonna see if I can make use of a loophole. Previously, I've done shopping. I've put my luggage and left luggage and then gone shopping. So I've had my backpack and a tote. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe get away with that. Depending on how heavy it is, if it's only like a kilo over, then obviously I'll put stuff in the backpack. If it's a lot more than that, I might have to bite the bullet and buy an extra ticket just so I can take 2 pieces of luggage. But hopefully it won't come to that. I'm just gonna have to get very creative with my packing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this clip here for now, and I'll let you know in the morning how successful I am with packing. So I'll see you then.
Morning. So packing didn't go well last night. 2 things happened. One is my luggage scales aren't working. I think the battery's just died. It's been playing up since I bought it, but I think the battery's just gone, and because you need like a screw to open the back, I can't even figure out what battery I need, and even though I couldn't put it in. The other thing is there's no way I can get any more in my case, and there's too much left over to get in my backpack either, or to get away with my tote bag idea. So yeah, I've bitten the bullet last night and I've just booked a new ticket. I've booked onto an earlier bus because it was slightly cheaper, and yeah, it means I get home, because I was telling my parents I was getting home about 3:30, turns out I was getting home at 4:30. So I've gone for an earlier bus and I've paid the additional luggage, so it's cost me like another 23 quid to deal with my over shopping. But the problem I have is now that I need to get another piece of luggage. I don't want to put my backpack that I travel with under, and like I said, nothing's going to fit, and I don't really want to go to one of the tourist trap shops because they're vastly overpriced. I was looking yesterday, it was 70 quid just for a cabin size luggage, and I know I can get like a large one for 40 quid back home. So yeah, I was hoping, I've had my eye on one back home in Tesco, and there's a Tesco up the road, so I was hoping they'd have one. They don't. They haven't even got anything remotely like luggage, not even backpacks, which I would have dealt with. But so it means I am gonna have to fork out. I've had a look around, like on my phone. I've tried to search luggage places, even Primarks, but like a lot of the Primarks don't open. There's one that opens at 8, so we'll see. But I'm gonna head down to Victoria. There is a touristy trap shop there, but they do have luggage, and I looked at the prices yesterday. Like I said, the cabin ones are extortionate, but there's like 1 or 2 pieces of luggage that I'm willing to pay for. Then they're only about 25 quid. They were like, one was a duffel bag, the other one was like a rolling backpack. The rolling backpack in particular would come in handy for my next trip I have later in the year. So yeah, I'll go look there. There's also Mountain Warehouse, so if needs be I'll just buy like a rucksack from there and put everything in that. So yeah, I better get going because they open at like 7:30 and 8 o'clock respectively. There's also Primark on Tottenham Court Road that opens at my brain's going, it also opens at 8, so we'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna head to Victoria, try and get an affordable piece of luggage that I don't begrudge, and then I'll come back, pack, and then leave. Hopefully I'll have enough time, fingers crossed. Like, it's 7:15 now, my bus is at 11:30, so yeah, it might be a bit tight, but we'll see how I get on. So I better head out. That was slightly chaotic. I got 2 doors down from my room and realised I'd forgotten my room key.
So I had to go up to reception, because reception's on the top floor in this hotel. Asked if I could get another room key. Their system then was like reloading and had to reboot, so staff member just came down and actually let me into my room. Quickly grabbed my room key and headed out. I ended up going to Mountain Warehouse and just buying a backpack. I saw it yesterday and thought about it. It's not as big as I thought it was. Now I've got it back and packed it, but it'll do for what I need today. I managed to get not loads of stuff in there. I've just put all the books in my suitcase, and I've moved like my dirty washing, my toiletry bag and my other pair of shoes into that one. So some of the weight has been distributed, and then obviously I've got my backpack that I travelled up with. I've trying to decide what's gone in where has been tricky. So I have packing cubes. I'm pretty sure I've shown them on this channel before, but a long time ago. So the biggest ones I left in my suitcase, the smaller ones I took out, and then obviously the backpack, which I'll show you where it is. So that little duffel bag I've had for a couple of years. That's the hang on, where are we? That's the backpack I bought, and then the one on the chair is my actual backpack. Like I said, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, so I got quite a bit in it, and everything else I've just had to stick in my normal backpack, which wasn't much. Most of it was what I travelled up with. I've stuck the programmes in there and the mug I bought when I saw Aspects of Love, but everything else is what I travel with in my backpack anyway. So I'm going to keep this clip short, and it's probably going to be my last clip of this vlog. You might get a little bit of b-roll, who knows, but I highly doubt it, because if I've got to like haul that, I'm going to have my hands full. So yeah, this is going to be the last clip of this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed to some degree. I know it's not been the best vlog, just because between the weather and then things not quite going wrong, I've had quite a few things like not go to plan on this trip, which is not been concerning, but just been a little frustrating. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this vlog here, and I will see you probably in a couple of weeks. The next time I'm up now is September, so I will probably vlog again then. So I will see you in September.